Hi, welcome back to the next video tutorial for Unreal Engine 4 videos. I will be following up with the PBR capabilities of Unreal Engine 4 in the artistic side. I'll be discussing PBR with textures. My last one, I did PBR with values. As you can see here, I was using these samplers to discuss the PBR with values, right? Like this one right here. I could change values easily, and then have the ambient occlusion set to 1, and you could see the color right away. So now we have a blue, yellow, right there. This one has specular and ambient occlusion set to 1, so it can have lights. It can receive lights. Basically, the ambient occlusion, what it does is it tells the engine, I receive lights and I don't receive lights. So it will put it occluded, right? That is why it's called ambient occlusion. All right, so we will continue with our PBR with textures now, because with those samplers, I'm just using with these samplers standard values. You see, like vectors values, one color value. But now we can use a mask. What is a mask? Well, let's create that. Right now I'm gonna right click here, create material, and let's name it PBR texture test, right? Let's double click, let's create this material. All right, so right now I need a texture sample, right? So I press T and click, and I have the texture sample. And in here I need, so I'll be using texture that I have already in the engine, like the wall. The wall has these textures, right? And I will explain each one to you. Let me open them all. So I have all these textures, black and white, right? What I call grayscale textures, right? So what this means is I have named them, right? Those names, you put those names, right? So this one is named paint concrete roughness. What this means is everything that is white would be 100% rough. So if you see the last video, this sphere right here is 100% rough, right? And I will give you an example right away. So if I go here right now, and under the rough, I have 100%. There's no specular. And if I go to metal, you see what happened? It's kind of a aluminum metal, right? Because it's a 100% roughness and 100% metal. So it's like an I-beam. Looks like an I-beam or aluminum kind of metal without reflection, right? So that's the roughness, right? So white means 100% roughness. El blanco significa 100% de ser crudo para la comunidad en español. Spanglish, always Spanglish. Gris significa 50%, right? 50%, and so on until it gets to black. This one doesn't have black, so it's not gonna be a spot for non-roughness. It got a little bit of intensity in each spot. But this same texture that I named roughness, it could be used as the metal texture. What it means is now, instead of the white part being rough, the white parts are gonna be metal. and so on with the spots. So 100% metal, the white spots, 100% metal, la parte blanca, gris, 50%, gris más oscuro, 75%, hasta negro, que sería 0% negro. 0% metal would be if we have black spots. So it doesn't matter the texture. What matters is in which slot you put it in. Same as the specular. So as you can see here, if I use this texture for metal, I won't have 100% metal anywhere because I don't have a white spot. Same as the roughness. If I use this one in the roughness, I won't have 100% roughness anywhere because I don't have any white spot, right? In the displacement, if I use the displacement texture as roughness, specular, or metal, all the white area are gonna be 100% of specular or roughness or metal, right? Same as the ambient occlusion. So if I have this texture that is what it was created for being a rough texture for this texture right here. So all red parts have a little bit of roughness, right? All the concrete parts, this is like a concrete painted wall, right? So all the concrete parts have roughness, right? Right here, you can see all the spots are 100% rough. All those cracks are 100% rough. So those cracks doesn't have specular. The concrete area has been exposed to the ambient much longer, so it could have a little bit of specular, right? This is the displacement. This is another class, right? For another tutorial. And the ambient occlusion, which the ambient occlusion basically what it tells the engine is I'm white, I receive lining. If I'm black, I don't receive any type of lining. I won't give you a feedback for those black spots. I will give you a feedback for anything else besides black, grayscale. So let's create the material based on those textures, right? And I will do a dynamic material, right? So I have here, let me delete this. Let me has a texture parameter. Texture parameter right here. And I will name this parameter as diffuse, or you could use albedo too. Albedo, you could use albedo. That's another tutorial also to explain what is an albedo texture. Now I'm gonna duplicate this metal, specular, roughness, and ambient occlusion, right? And I have normal, so I could use normal too. And now we rename. So this will be metal. This will be specular. This will be roughness. This will be roughness, metal, specular, roughness, normal, and ambient occlusion, right? Ayo. So now uh, for metal, I'm gonna have the roughness wall, this one. So anything that is that is rough goes inverted, right? So if I want to use this texture as a metal texture, I just have to invert the values. So anything that is rough, it gotta be white for the roughness. We have to invert the values, and now it's gonna be black. So now it ain't gonna be uh, metallic, right? For our metallic slot. So if I just click the O key and press click, I have the invert. And I will show you right away. I just connect the metal here and I can invert the texture. So now I can use this as a metal texture. And if I connect it to the metal value, you could see now the spots. So why we don't have the metallic look? Because we don't have any color. So if I plug in this texture to here, then we will have feedback. You see how that paint looks like metal paint. But now what I'm gonna do is have a vector parameter for us to change the color, and I'm gonna name this base color, right? And put it in here. Then we change the color to probably blue. Yep, let's go with that.